I've spent the last year waiting to be ready, waiting to be perfect to post here again. And then this morning, I had this realization that even though I'm not where I thought I would be at this point, I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. And just give me a moment to explain that to you. It means I've been hiding. It means I've been hiding the fact that I work a part-time job and that I'm completely exhausted. And most of that is because I thought that those things meant I was failing as a coach. But I'm done hiding. Like, it's not working for me, hiding and having these dual lives. And just because I have this part-time job doesn't make me any less of a coach. So I know everybody's probably seen like those ads for Rise, like Rise Sleep, where all these people are like, my wake time is 2:22 a.m. or my wake time is 4:43 a.m. And once I learned this, everything was better. So of course I was intrigued. So I decided to download that app, but my goal was to only use it like as like data and compare it to how I really felt. And oh, I might have to take my dog out. What's kind of funny is I almost caught myself like feeling conditioned by the app and being like, what do you mean I have to do this and do that? Because initially it went by like my previous wake times with my phone, like because that's usually the first thing I touch in the morning, like my alarm, and so it would know that like that's when my phone moved. So it could tell like my like sleep times over the past like it only takes 2 months or does 2 weeks of data. Gosh, if it saw longer than that, it probably would have been even worse. But it went back like 2 weeks, and from there it kind of figured out like what it thought my sleep time was. So like it had me going to bed really late and waking up kind of late, and I was like, this is not gonna work, I don't get it, blah blah blah. But like my sleep debt was like so much. Like I pretty much was getting like an average of like 5 hours of sleep like over the past 2 weeks of data that it had. And I'll like put up some of like my pictures and my data now. But within a week and just being like dedicated to like getting sleep, like I'm consistent. So like for a week I consistently got 7.5 hours of sleep, and like my wake time went from, hold on, let me take a look at it. So the first day of data, I think, let's see, yeah, that was after the first night that I used the app. It told me my wake morning for the next day was between 6:47 a.m. and 7:47. And of course I like kind of freaked because I'm like, I can't wake up that late. But fast forward to now, and it's because like I went to bed extra early last night. My wake window is from 5:01 to 6:01. Now, once again, this is just data. Like I am really trying to lean into listening to my body, really understanding my peaks and my dips, using them efficiently. And it's only been a week. Something I've been loving about it though, I've been really making sure, because I know this is good also for I mean, it could be good for anybody, but getting sun first thing in the morning to like regulate your melatonin and like your circadian rhythm and like all of that. And I've been doing that, and I used to do that before I got sick. But I wasn't really focusing on the sun. I was just focusing on being outside and like journaling. But back then I was doing too much. Like I was living a generator or a manifesting generator's life. Like it was too much. But yeah, I'm sorry. I'm smiling now just thinking about how I'm leaning into my projector mechanics. I'll be right back. So yeah, really honoring my projector mechanics. And to like segue to other things I'm loving. I want to kind of like start doing like a segment of like what's really in and what's out for me. And one of the things that's in, and I'm looking at my notes here, is that morning sun, and also morning information consumption, or I should say contamination. I really am going to work to not look at my phone like within like the first hour or so, or at least like half an hour of waking up, because, or definitely before I get out in the sun. Because this morning I had like an experience that reminded me of why I wanted to do that. We'll talk about that another time, but oh my goodness, like I completely spiraled for about 5 to 10 minutes looking at my phone as something that really wasn't even a big deal. And then once I got outside and got in the sun and was listening to the birds and just breathing, like I felt so much better. So definitely not looking at the phone, social media, messages, because that was just for a message from a friend and I clicked on a video. I have to be honest, like I'm, I definitely coach all my clients to do certain things and guide them on certain things, but sometimes I'm not the best student. So I'm trying to be honest about that, because that's what helps us like move forward. So and it was a good experience to like realize that. So what's the point? What's the point of like looking at that? Like, I don't know, there's such a fear of missing out, but like missing out on what? Honestly, like when we're on the phone, like we're missing out. That's when we're missing out. We're missing out on life. And so yeah, that's been very important to me. The other thing I wanted to talk about was, hold on. I'm back. The sun, natural ring light. I'm really loving it. Natural filter. Like, are you kidding me? Anyway, we're talking about like what's in right now. And so the other thing that's in is not doing it all. And so I decided to not sign up as a volunteer for my son's field day. And it's not that I don't like volunteering. Like, I love being a room parent. I love volunteering for things, but I tend to always say yes and volunteer to everything without like looking at the aspects of the rest of my life and like everything I have to do. And so I just like really just be constantly going. And like I said, this whole like lab experiment, like rest is revenue. So I'm going to go to field day, but for the first time in his elementary career, like I'm not going to be one of the volunteers. I'm actually just going to be spectating and watching, and I'm really happy about that. And I checked with like my son too, because he loves me volunteering, and I do too. And I definitely volunteer for like other things that like work. But I kind of just wanted to experiment, like experience it. Right now at the age he's at, like instead of like being a guide and walking the kids around, you're actually working at like specific stations. So like I actually didn't see him throughout the whole like field day, only when he was at my station. So I'd like to have a different experience. So I'm gonna do that. And I asked him, and he's like totally fine with it. He's like, yeah, like you can just like watch from the hill. And it's my birthday that day, so it'll just be a really nice day. Ooh, my camera's shaking. Okay, so let's talk of some of the other things that are in. I only have like a little bit more time. My son had an impromptu play date today, so I got a little free time to myself. But I'm excited for him to come back, because we're going to be watching, hopefully, unless he ends up going to game with his friends, we're going to be watching the new Stranger Things animation. And that kind of like segues into the other thing I wanted to talk about, which is the what's like in for consumption. And that sounds like silly, like consumption. Oh gosh, hold on a moment. So anyway, that's like a great segue into like other things that are in right now, for that I'm doing, or TV that I'm consuming. That's kind of what I meant about consumption. So I got back into my Legos, because a lot of people may or may not know, like I love crocheting, and that's like my great activity when I'm super stressed. But I also like making Legos, anything that like keeps my hands busy, drawing, painting, anything like that. However, I just had the urge to like put together a Lego, so I decided to put together the child Lego and watch the first season of the first season of The Mandalorian. And this is like, I'll put like a little thingy right here. This is the finished Lego, and I literally finished it like I don't know, like 10 minutes before episode 8 ended. I kind of like binged episodes 1 through 7 in one day, and then like I had a little bit of time, I think it was last night or the night before, and I finished it. So I have another Lego from the Mandalorian. It's like the Mandalorian helmet, so I'm gonna start season 2 and then start building that, so that'll be fun. The other thing I've been into is the Jay Shetty podcast. I love Jay Shetty. And most of the time I only listen to like his little 30-minute like episodes, because they're kind of quick and like my attention span, and I usually am like really into what he's talking about. But every now and then I listen to one of his interviews, and this time I listened to Tim Ferriss, and I'm not even done with it yet because I keep like pausing and rewinding, and I just love it. There's like so many things like he's reminding me of that I like to do, that I want to do. I have to be careful because like the way that I am having open headspace and ajna, I definitely sometimes like grab onto what everybody else is doing and don't like just focus on what I'm doing. So I had to like remind myself of that as well. But anyway, yeah, I'm just happy. I'm happy. I'm taking my life back. Sometimes every now and then I'm like, I can't believe I'm sleeping this much. I'm losing so much time. And then I'm like, what? Like, no, your body needs this. For like so many aspects of your life. Like you need this foundation. So I need to like honor my energy even more. But there was like one more thing I wanted to say. I'm back a couple days later. As you heard, my dog kind of wanted to have like the last word of this video, but I did have some stuff I wanted to just like wrap this up. But I ended up just stepping away from my phone and just like enjoying and living the weekend, and trying not to let that pressure of like, oh, you have this video, it's unfinished, like you better go finish it. Like that would have been the old pressure, but I was just like, you know what, I can edit what I have and just like wrap this up and then pop that in, because I'm doing it. Like I'm finally doing it instead of just talking about it and making it perfect. And that's kind of what like this whole journey, this whole experiment, I mean, you know, I have this sleep experiment, but like what this whole journey is, like I want to take you guys on it, just like more of like how to like honor who you are, because I'm on that journey too. It's really important to live for you and not for other people. So, you know, I talk about a lot of different things. So if you're here for that, hit the follow button. I'll be back next week with another what's in and out. And, you know, my goal is to, throughout the week, post a couple little reels and kind of let you in on like what's going on. And yeah, I just hope y'all have the most fabulous day and stay luminous. I love you.